Welcome back to The Takeout. Senator Bernie Sanders and Congresswoman Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez railed against Republicans on CNN last night over the ongoing government shutdown.
I think the Republicans are catching on that you can't throw 15 million Americans off of the health care they have. Republicans are catching on. They're playing a losing hand.
If Mike Johnson wants to say that this shutdown is going to last a long time, it is because he is choosing to punish the American people.
But over on NewsNation, Democratic Senator John Fetterman, Pennsylvania, blamed his own party. Listen.
Shutting the government is really what the Democratic Party wants to do. And I follow country, then party. And it's the wrong thing for the country in a period of chaos. I refuse to vote to shut our government down.
I want to bring in our political panel, former Michigan Republican Congressman Fred Upton. I'm always happy to see him at the table. He promised pizza next time. I'm going to hold him to that.
Coming.
And CBS News political contributor Joel Payne did not promise pizza, but he may bring it anyway.
I like pizza. I like pizza.
Beer.
There we go. There we go. As a congressman in the House for many, many years, Fred, you went through many a shutdown saga. You know they eventually end, and you know the terms on which they end. One side buckles. Right now, both sides are trying to prove to each other they won't, at least for the time being.
Well, you know, this may go the full 7 weeks that the CR went. I mean,
Envisions.
And then
deep into November, meaning.
In November 21st. And then they, guess what? The House will have to reopen because they're going to have to pass a different bill to get through the next
Is the
couple
Speaker
weeks.
acting illegitimately, not having the House back in session?
Yeah, I think it's wrong for the House to be gone. I mean, it's like, I know a lot of members are here on both sides, frankly. They got to be here to talk this over. I mean, the way
Try to
out.
find a way to negotiate and break ranks.
Yeah, the way out right now is the Senate's got to do something on these Obamacare, on the health subsidies. They got to do that, and then they got to jam the House. Now, the question is, will they be able to do it before November 21st or not? Right. If they can't, then we're going to see the shutdown until then, and then they'll get it done.
And Joel, you worked in the Senate. You know the Senate as an institution loves nothing more than to jam the House whenever it can.
That's true. Although I worked in both. I worked in the House and the Senate. More in the Senate, though. You know, Thune made news today, though.
Yeah.
Thune talked about a willingness to kind of guarantee a vote.
Senate Majority Leader,
John Thune, Senate Majority Leader. Not guarantee an outcome, but guarantee a vote. Look,
on the Obamacare subsidy question.
On the Obamacare subsidy question. And I guess I would say this. I think we focus a lot on kind of winners and losers inside the Beltway. I do think that Republicans are showing more of a willingness to bend, which I think tells me what they think the scoreboard is. You've heard Trump's inner circle, James Blair, outside the White House today, talking about wanting Democrats to come back to the table. I don't actually think that they think that this is working out quite as well for them as their rhetoric might project.
Well, nobody wins. I mean, nobody wins on a shutdown, period. I mean, there's a pox on both houses. And, you know, for the families that are living paycheck to paycheck or don't have a paycheck.
Not to mention the federal workers who've been receiving notices that they are fired now.
Yeah, done.
Who have health care issues and other things, all pending. So we are probably overly obsessed with the New York mayor's race. I don't know if that's possible, but I can accept that as an accusation. We ran an ad yesterday, a Cuomo ad, mocking the credentials, resume and otherwise, of Zohran Mamdani. Mamdani has an ad out that's all Survivor. Watch.
Andrew, New Yorkers want a mayor who will make groceries and childcare affordable, not sell us out to their billionaire donors.
A mayor that'll make buses fast and free, not defund the MTA.
Didn't we already vote you out?
What network is that showing? I can't remember. Anyway, what do you think?
Chicken in every pot, right? It works. Does it? I mean, he's, you know, I don't know if they're going to talk the Republican out of the race or not, but I mean, it seems like it's over.
That Mamdani's.
It's over.
I believe 2.5 weeks ago, you said on this show, Mamdani's going to be the mayor.
I think Mamdani is going to be the mayor. Look, Andrew Cuomo is attempting, I think, to run as not Andrew Cuomo, which, look, I don't have to tell a congressman here, you tend to run your best when you're running authentically. I think Cuomo's being forced to run a race that's uncomfortable to him. You know, Mamdani is native to this format, native to these creative, catchy online ads. I think Cuomo will make a late surge, but I actually think Mamdani will hold out and he'll be the next mayor.
Turning to Virginia, the governor's race there. President Obama, former President Obama, not the leader of the Democratic Party, but he is becoming more visible and more vocal. He has cut an ad for Abigail Spanberger, the Democratic nominee there. Let's watch.
Virginia's elections are some of the most important in the country this year. We know Republicans will keep attacking abortion rights and the rights of women. That's why having the right governor matters. And I'm proud to endorse Abigail Spanberger.
Yeah.
Joel?
This race is probably going to be closer than most Democrats actually feel comfortable with. I would say the over-under was about 10 points. I'd say the under right now. I think if Spanberger wins by 7 or 8 points, that's probably where I would put it. I don't think Winsome Earl Sears is a great candidate. I do, however, think that the weight that Spanberger is carrying from the Jay Jones, the Attorney General candidate controversy, and I actually do think that the government shutdown, it's playing an interesting role in how Virginians are thinking about the race. I imagine there'll be some weight that she's carrying, but I think she'll have enough to carry through. And I think the closer race to watch will be in New Jersey with Mikey Sherrill and Jack Ciattarelli. I think that'll be less than 5 points.
Fred Upton, 30 seconds on both.
I serve with Abigail. I think she's got it in the bag.
In Virginia. What about New Jersey? How much are you watching New Jersey?
I'm not watching New Jersey at all.
Ciattarelli's run twice statewide, and New Jersey is not as blue as people assume.
Right. And there's been a history of, after 8 years, shifting parties.
That's right.
Just because New Jersey voters want to. Joel Payne, Fred Upton, the pizza, I'm going to look out for it.